وأن ليس للإنسان إلا ما سعى وأن سعيه سوف يرى ثم يجزاه الجزاء الأوفى وأن إلى ربك المنتهى.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. Alhamdulillah, it's been a while. Just wanted to share a personality with you, somebody who is very well known. This came to mind a few weeks ago when one student, he came here and he was mentioning that we were just talking about what he's studying and how and etc. and what his inspiration is. And he was mentioning that I am really inspired by a personality called Mufti A.H. Ilyas from South Africa. So I told him, subhanallah, let me share a few things about my interaction with this Mufti Sahib. He has passed away 3 years ago. Mufti A.H. Ilyas rahimahullah, Allah forgive him, Allah grant him Jannat al-Firdaus inshallah. We make dua to Allah. We see his name in many English books, translation of the Quran made easy, and hundreds of other books. And he has written hundreds of books as well. And from a young age, I used to come across, his name, Mufti A.H. Ilyas, Mufti A.H. Ilyas. But I actually never had a chance of ever meeting him or anything. Subhanallah, I think it was in Umrah. Once when I was in Umrah in Medina Munawwara in I think 2010 or 11, when one of the local scholars there, they mentioned that Mufti Sahib is actually there. So I said, subhanallah, somebody who I really wanted to meet. So I found out where he was going to be and I met him in the masjid and we had a nice discussion together for about half an hour, 40 minutes between Maghrib and Isha. Then we kept in touch after that. Then I went to South Africa few times, 2013, 14, I went to his house, mashallah. He very strict timetable, subhanallah. Certain time he wakes up, he only uses his phone for about half an hour in the morning and maybe half an hour in the evening, and then he starts his work. 2-3 hours in the morning he translates like certain Arabic books to English. Then in the afternoon he takes a little break. Then he starts his work in the afternoon. Then he translates Urdu books into English. Then later on during the day, for the next 2-3 hours, he checks edits the books that he has been doing. And besides that, in the evening, then he sits in, he used to go to the local masjid for Isha, and then he used to sit in the masjid for the next 20 minutes to half an hour. Anybody from the public want to ask him anything, any rulings, anything. Subhanallah. And in 2013 or 14, I remember when I went to see him, he was mentioning that at that time he was doing one translation per month. He was translating a book every month, subhanallah. Or he had a new book out. And subhanallah, his translations, which I really liked, was very easy, very simple, straightforward. Anybody can understand it, anybody can access it. And I remember many years ago I went to Belgium or Holland somewhere, and I went to one of the Islamic centers there, and I saw a whole pallet of about 20 or 25,000 copies of his translation of the Quran made easy, in the language that was there, I think the Dutch language or whatever it was. And I asked the Imam that what is this? He said, subhanallah, we read this translation and it was about the best translations, so we have printed it out from our organization and we are going to give it out in all the masajid and all the people who need it around this area. I said, subhanallah. So I asked him that, subhanallah, there have been many translations in the Quran in the past, but your translation seems to be very easy, very simple, to the point, and just what is needed, and very easily understandable as well. And it's been translated into many, about 20 or something languages he was mentioning. So he said that he used to write a verse in simple words, and then he used to give it to one of the children, about 10-12-year-old child, that do you understand this word, do you understand this verse? And the child, if the child said yes, I understand it, then he would carry on. He said, if you understand it as a child, 10-12-year-old, anybody will understand it. And like that he did the whole translation of the Quran, and it is very easy, and that is only one of his master works. Otherwise, besides that, he's got so many translations and books and everything. And he was mentioning at that time that I don't know how long I have left in the world. This is, I'm talking about 2013-14. He said, I don't know how long we have left in the world, and I don't know how much work I will be able to do in the next few years. So my target is to translate and give to the world a book every week. I said, subhanallah, what a vision, what a and anyway, then in 2014-15 I insisted him that please visit us in the UK. He said he'll never been. First he was he was saying, no, I'm not it's difficult for me to come. I kept on insisting, and then finally I think in 2016 or 17 he agreed. I even sent the papers down for visas, etc. And then a few weeks later I couldn't hear anything from him. Then I heard that he has been diagnosed with cancer, and then I think around April 2018 he passed away. He left this world, subhanallah, at the age of 62 or 63, the age of Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Can you just imagine in short life how much work he did? In a short life of 62, 63 years old, hundreds of books he translated. Sometimes we look at the lives of these personalities, we say, subhanallah, how much they offered the world, how much they gave to the world, what a legacy they left behind. We have so many books around here. Imam Nawawi rahimahullah passed away at the age of 45, around 45, 46 years old. His famous book Riyadus Salihin, the world is benefiting from. His commentary of Sahih Muslim, Al-Minhaj. Then Imam Shafi rahimahullah, the Imam, such a great Imam Quraysh. So many people, they follow his madhab. He passed away at the age of 54 or something. Subhanallah, these great Allama Anwar Shah Kashmiri rahimahullah passed away at the age of 57. Subhanallah, and in a short life they made their life so fruitful, so meaningful. They made it so valuable. They valued every second of it, every minute of it. They never let anything go to waste. That subhanallah, we are benefiting from the legacy that they have left behind, and the world is benefiting. So the question today is, inshallah we'll try to share different personalities, different inspirations. This just came to mind, so I thought inshallah I'll share something with you. And if you have any personality you would like us to share, or you have any questions about somebody, you can let us know, inshallah. It could be inspiration for somebody, we don't know. The question today is, I need to become more productive in my life. To be honest, this smartphone is eating all our life away, is eating all our time away. On one side we are saying that we don't have time for Quran, we don't have time to read books, we don't have time to do this, we don't have time to research. But on the other hand, we are hours on end on social media, surfing through this, surfing through that. And sometimes I hear of many cases of youngsters, the parents are complaining that until 2, 3, 4 in the morning he's surfing the internet, he doesn't even sleep, and then 4 o'clock he goes to sleep and Fajr is gone. Allah forbid. So let us control ourselves. Let us not let the web control us. Let us not let the social media control us. Let us control our life, ourselves, get control of our life, have a vision in life, leave a legacy, work towards something, make our life more meaningful, more fruitful. So inshallah have a time limit that inshallah I will use my phone from this time to this time, and the rest of the time will be my research time, my reading time, my turning to Allah time, my Quran time, my asking Allah, all the different things. And you will see that subhanallah in a short time you will be able to acquire so much, accomplish so much. Allah give all of us an understanding. Until we meet again, Jazakumullahu khairah. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.